stuff. So anyway, so what I'll do is kind of go through it. So what we do, the first thing we do is we start out with an introduction. This basically kind of goes over what we're doing in this report. First thing we start out with is we start out with business and user objectives. We send you a questionnaire. And in the questionnaire, we ask things like, how does this website fit into your business strategy? You know, who is your competition? What are your key performance indicators? You know, how will you measure success? All this stuff helps us give an overview of what your expectation is for your site. It's what's called a heuristic evaluation. I'll explain it. It's really not that hard. And basically what we do is we review the site's interface and compare it against accepted usability principles. Basically, is it work the way it's supposed to work? On the following pages are the results we found. So what we do is we have these 4 key elements. We have accessibility. Does the site time load, is it reasonable? Is it an adequate contrast between the text and the background? And this is all important stuff because what you want to do when you have a website is you want it to be user-friendly. And if it's not, that's part of the problem. So we do usability, we do identity. Is your logo prominent? Do people understand what this site is about? This is all stuff that we go through. The navigation. Is the navigation easy to find? Is it clear where you're supposed to go? How it's supposed to work? We look at the content. Are the major headings clear and descriptive? Do people understand what this site is about? So then we do visitor tracking. And on the following pages are the results of our test showing where visitors click on the page, how far down they scroll, and how they navigate the page. So what we do is we start with our heat maps. And you can see as where it gets to red, that's where it has more clicks, and when it's blue, there are less clicks. And you can see on my site, it's basically all top navigation stuff. You can see a lot of the clicks are up here. This is my About Us page. These are the scroll maps. Now, the cooler the color, the less people are going down that far. So you see on my home page, basically they come in and they click on the home page, on the top navigation. They don't go much further than that. This is typical for most home pages. People come in, they look at the navigation, they click on where they have to go. And you'll see that was reflected with the heat map on the previous slide. You'll see that all the clicks are pretty much up in this top area here. The About Us page is still a little bit different. Now you'll see that people are interested about Migman Media, but on the bottom, where it says about me, nobody cares. Only about 75% of the people actually get down that far. I'm thinking, there's a shot of ego right there. Then the next thing we do are mouse tracking. Now these are videos that we put. And what it is, you'll see, give it a second to kind of click in, is you'll see, you can follow how people are actually clicking on the page. So with the website design, you'll see. Now this is twice as fast, so I apologize because these things are godly boring. So just kind of watch people scroll around. But you can see how people are using each one of the sites. Usability studies. Now what we do here with the usability studies is we test the design of your site with real people and gather real-time feedback. It's based on the demographics, tasks, and questions that you provide. So, for example, these are the demographics I use for my site. So then we create this. Now this is something that we get from the client, and then we get these tasks. Look around the homepage, talk about what you think about the site, and all of these are from the client. This would differ from client to client because you might have a particular sales funnel that you want people to go through. I want to see how they make a sale, so you would have these different tasks. And then you can also ask them questions, and these are some of the questions that they ask. And they answer these in real time. I'll show you an example.
You have an e-commerce website. The sales are not what you expect.
See, they talk and record it as they use it. So you can see
around the homepage, talk about what you think the site is about. What can you do here?
So those are all the tests we do. So we take all this data that we've collected. We do the usability studies. We do the heat mapping, the tracking, all that stuff, and we say, okay, so then we start to come to conclusions. And that's when we go to the end, where we start to make recommendations, things that need to be changed on all the pages. Now this was done for my mobile site, so it doesn't quite match, but you get an idea. We do the menu, the home page, the About Us page, the portfolio page, but all of these recommendations we give you. Now, and we hand you this report. And what we would do too is give you the price if we wanted us to do it. And the other thing we do is we schedule a conference call where we go over this and explain it. So if you had any questions about what we found and all that stuff, that would give you your opportunity to do that. But that pretty much gives you like a 360 view of how people use your website.